Good morning, friends, and welcome back to She's At It Again. My name is Tanya. Remember these guys? I made boiled eggs in the last video and showed you a pretty much foolproof way to make these. But the reason I wanted to cook these eggs is because I keep seeing this recipe for mayonnaise made with no oil, and it's made with boiled eggs. Neither of those things are anything I would have even considered when making mayonnaise, but I love me some homemade mayonnaise. That's really the only kind I use, and I'm wanting to give this a try. So let's go over to the island. I've got some of my stuff already measured out. Let's go make some mayonnaise. See if this really works. All right, so in here, I finally got 45 grams of Dijon mustard. And I use my little digital kitchen scale. That thing comes in so handy. Why? I hadn't had one for 60-something years, and then I got one, and I was like, I use this all the time now. So this is what 45 grams of Dijon mustard looks like, and this is the kind I'm using. I finished up one bottle and had to open a new one. But it looks to me to be maybe 2.5 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons. I could be wrong, but maybe someday I'll measure it out and then let you know how much it comes out to, just in a measurement type. To that, I'm going to add a half teaspoon of cider vinegar. These little medicine cups work great when you're measuring out things that you just need a tiny bit of. And so that's what we're going to put in there too. I'm a little concerned that on the recipe they used one of those like magic bullet type little mixer things. I don't have one of those. I have a Vitamix, I have a big food processor, I have a little food processor, this one, and then I have the immersion blender, but I don't have a magic bullet, so I don't really know. Maybe I'm missing out. All right, a little bit of salt, maybe. This is 1/4 teaspoon, and it's not quite half of that, so I can always add more, but I can't add less. I'm going to sweeten mine up just a tiny bit and put a little bit of honey in there, and this is the honey I'm using. I just want a little tiny bit. Yeah, maybe half a teaspoon. All right, here's where the magic comes in. 4 boiled eggs. I cut that one in half so you could see the inside of it and see how pretty it was. And these are good quality eggs. These aren't just junky. Well, I shouldn't say junky. Everything's edible, but these are better quality because they're from my friend's chickens and I know what they get fed, and they are fabulous eggs. Okay, advantage to this, number one being I'm not going to use expensive avocado oil as much, but the other advantage is this has 10 calories per tablespoon, whereas regular mayonnaise has 90 calories per tablespoon. Just something to think about. Not that we're worried too much about calories, but yeah, that's crazy. And if I get ready to make mayonnaise and I don't have any avocado oil, I'm not making mayonnaise. So, you know, and people really like their mayonnaise. They really do. And mine is really, really good made with avocado oil. But we're going to see how this goes. All right, let's get this attached on here. My only concern is that it may not work as well in this little food processor, but we will give it a shot. I may have to scrape that down with a little tiny spatula. Let's see what it looks like. It's pretty chunky. I might have to go the next step and put it in a Vitamix. Who knows? interesting. Not in a bad way. Mine still has little chunks of eggs in it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I want it to be smooth. I'm just too curious. I have to taste it. That's actually really good. Oopsie. Okay, this is what it looks like. And although it's not smooth and oily, of course, like regular mayonnaise, I can see where this would hold up better. My avocado oil mayonnaise, it's great mayonnaise, but the downside is, and there is a downside, the downside is when it comes to room temperature, it gets kind of runny. Sometimes it separates, but it doesn't hold together like your emulsified mayonnaise that you get at a store, probably because they have all kinds of stabilizers and junk in it that I don't really want to eat. But this is kind of the best of both worlds. Has a good taste to it. It's thick. I finally got it creamy. But that's not going anywhere. That's not going to get runny and separate. So this is kind of exciting. All right, we're going to give this a taste test on some sandwiches probably later on this week. We've got too much going on this week, and I've got too much food that we have to eat. So no sandwiches for a day or two at least. But we're going to give this a try. I think I'm going to try to puree this just a little bit more. I see a tiny chunk of some egg white in there, but this is cool looking stuff, and it really is quite good. It's a little bit heavy on the mustard, but I'm a fan of mustard. If you're not a fan of mustard, then don't put that much mustard in. But I might even add a little bit more honey to this. I think the honey adds a good flavor to it. So anyway, that's pretty exciting. A new way to make mayonnaise. No oil, fewer calories, and it holds together beautifully. That's going to spread on a sandwich and keep its shape. So I'm excited about that. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. I will put the recipe in the description as always, and we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. If you've tried this before, let me know what you think about it as well. And if you try it this time and go with this recipe, let me know what you think about it as well too. So anyway, see ya.